Hello YouTube. Hey, I want to offer a review, hopefully a pretty brief review of my Tissot Visodate. It is a watch that I've had for about 6 or 8 months right now, and I've had some mixed reviews, mixed feelings about this watch. And there have been times where I've just about sold it, and then something just really sucks me back in. So I want to talk a little bit about the Visodate, why you might choose it, what it's good for, and maybe some things that would help you in the buying decision if you're interested in a watch like this. First of all, this is a very beautiful look, and so I was going for a dress watch. I have really had some bad luck with dress watches. I bought a Citizen dress watch that was a no seconds, just two-hander. I thought, man, I'm going to really go minimalist, and that thing lasted me about a month, and I just decided I would never wear that. I almost bought the the Seiko, what are they, Sarb 033, Sarb 065, or whatever the cocktail time is. I came close to picking up those, but I realized I was only buying it because it was the watch everybody on the forums was buying, and I thought, no, let me hold off until I get a good feel for one. And the feel I got about this watch is it was between this and the Hamilton Jazzmaster. In fact, I found the ultimate Hamilton Jazzmaster. It was a Jazzmaster chronograph with rose gold. It was absolutely a beauty, and the chronograph feature just really made it look sporty. It had like a 42 millimeter size, a little big, and I kind of like my watches a little big. And all I needed to do was just go a little higher bid on eBay, and I would have won that. And today I would be reviewing that and not this. This was my second choice to that. But I've not been able to find that particular watch. But I will tell you, if you're looking for a dress watch, other than the Seikos I mentioned, check out the Tissot Visodate or the Hamilton Jazzmaster line. I think they make, and the Jazzmaster line is so diverse, there's plenty to pick from there. But in this case, the Visodate, what I liked about it was the 60s vibe, the retro vibe that you kind of get off this. It's very stylish, Mad Men-esque, as they say. And I particularly fell in love with this watch when I saw that it had a Milanese version, the mesh band. That, to me, makes this go from a pretty plain dress watch to really a stylish timepiece. This is not the original Tissot mesh bracelet, otherwise it would have that on the Tissot stamped on the back. This is an aftermarket. I think strapcode is where I got it. Actually, I didn't get it off their website. I got it through Amazon for about $28, I believe. And really, it's exactly the right mesh to kind of match the one that the Milanese version of this watch. With the regular black leather strap, it's pretty cheap. The one I bought this used, and I bought it with the leather strap, and that leather strap was pretty ragged. It does have a nice deployment clasp on that I have used, and so if you can find this with the black leather strap in good condition, it's a good combo. But to me, this is what really sold it. I think this gives it kind of that retro look. Now let's talk about go right into the pros and cons of this watch. And the pros of this watch, besides just the beautiful look and kind of the retro styling and the kind of the glossy polished finish all the way around, the challenges to this watch are that as you can see, it has no anti-reflective coating. This is the hardest watch in the world to photograph. As you can see elements of my garage every which way I turn it. You can probably see me in there waving. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, because this is like a mirror finish glass almost. And that's what's taken me so long to do a review, is that I just thought, how am I going to even show you what this watch looks like? Because in real life, it doesn't look this way. It's just hard to photograph. And because it has the stainless steel hands, the stainless steel applied logo, the stainless steel applied markers, there's no lume on this watch, so it can look really dark, see, like you have there. If the light is not reflecting off of the stainless steel markers, then you're not really going to see them very well. As you can see here, as long as you got a white reflective surface that it's reflecting off of, reflecting that light onto the stainless steel, then you can pick up the time really easily. I used to have a Seiko dress watch that had Roman numeral apply. It's beautiful, one of my favorite watches, but I could never see it. It just didn't have enough reflective qualities for me to easily tell the time. And so there's no lume, and I guess maybe that's what it is. I'm used to lumed watches. So that's one of the downfalls of this. Though I will tell you, the whole point of this watch, for a dress watch, it's very glittery. Okay, it has a lot of flash to it, and part of it is the reflective coating of the sapphire. I mean, this thing, when you're wearing it, it'll catch your eye because it's just reflecting light in all kinds of directions. And I'm probably annoying the heck out of you right now by moving this all around, but I'm just kind of trying to show it to you from so many angles because it captures light in so many different ways. One of the things I love about this watch is the date window. And this is probably the thing people hate the most about this watch. Again, I've said in other videos that I grew up, and to me, a watch had a day and a date window. My Timexes growing up did. I can't function without it. So to me, the bigger, the better. I mean, it's called the Visodate anyway, so make sure the date is visible. And to me, I think it, it throws a monkey wrench into the design a little bit, but I think that's pretty cool. If it didn't have it, it would just kind of look like any other watch, but I think it jumps out at you, and I think that's pretty awesome. The white dial, I'm not a fan of the white dial, but if you're looking for readability, that fixes the readability problem because those stainless steel markers just really contrast well on the white dial. But if I were going to get a white dial watch, I'd probably go with the Jazzmaster line. They have some beautiful honeycomb style dials in white that have sort of the rose gold markers or the numeral darker. I mean, the Jazzmaster line again is pretty cool, and one day I hope to own one. But let's talk about the movement. This is a ETA 2824. Beautifully decorated for what is relatively an inexpensive watch. Again, I bought this used, so in the 200s. I think I paid maybe 300, so not much more. And you can see that it just really looks nice. This has a fairly decent power reserve. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, but what does it say? A 3-bar, so 30-meter dive watch, or 30-meter water resistance. Again, not something I would intentionally put underwater. The sapphire crystal on the front, I believe that's a mineral crystal on the back. But a beautifully executed. I think this is what Tissot just does so well with their automatic watches. They just make something that's really a pleasure to look at, and this certainly is. But so this 2824-2 is a little bit of a stiff hand winding action. I mean, you really have to give it a wind, but because there's no crown guards blocking you there, it's a fairly easy crown to wind. Not very thick, so it doesn't get in the way. Let's see, we have the Tissot logo stamped on the side of the crown. And what else to tell you? Something very important to talk about is the case width. Probably should have been talking about this right up front. It is a 40mm case. Now, everyone talks about this watch as being a really big dress watch. I could not disagree more. This feels like a 36 to me. It feels like a 38 maybe. Now, why? Because it is 40mm, but you see the angle. So the actual face of the dial comes in a little bit, so you've got a couple millimeters on each side. So the actual look of the watch, the real estate that the watch takes on your wrist is not that much. In the lug-to-lug length is not an issue. In fact, I find this to be a little bit too small of a watch for me. So again, I have a 7 1/4 inch wrist, and I find it just a little small, but actually with the Milanese bracelet, your eyes go to that, and it kind of gives it a broader look. Captures some attention, giving it a little bit of wrist presence that maybe it wouldn't have just on a leather strap. To illustrate what I'm talking about on the size, this is my cheap Timex 36 millimeter. So if you want to see what a classic 36 millimeter dress watch looks like compared to this, again, it doesn't look like you're looking at a 40 millimeter dress watch. It looks like maybe 38. And so, together, you're not talking about a huge difference. So don't let the size scare you. I think this is a great size dress watch for the modern man. And it's it's a tiny bit small on me. It might be a tiny little bit big on you, but I think it splits the difference just nicely. So let me do a wrist shot and show you how it looks. Alright, there it is, a little distant shot for you on the wrist. Again, on my 7 1/4 inch wrist, it has quite a bit of room left to go before it overhangs. I think wrist-wise, I think it looks pretty good. You see from head on quite a bit of the band. So you're gonna get more of that classic smaller dial, but actually, there's been times I thought it was too small, and then halfway through the day I get captured by how pretty the dial is, how much pizzazz it has, and I end up keeping it. So I haven't sold it. I thought this would sell. I would end up selling this to help get my Speedmaster, but I end up keeping it, and I'm not sure how much I'll wear it now that I have the Speedmaster. I may end up selling it, but for now, it's a great weekend watch too. Man, this looks great. This is a great thing about this watch, that it looks good with shorts and a t-shirt, because if you put the Milanese bracelet on, and again, don't get this watch without also buying a Milanese bracelet. I mean, it just really looks great. Anyway, I think that's all I can say about the watch. I do recommend it if you're looking for a classy dress watch with that 60s vibe that can dress up or dress down. This is a good watch for you. So thanks for tuning in. Please give me a like if you can, and feel free to subscribe, and I'll be sure to post any watch reviews as I get them. Thank you, and have a great day.